Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really powerful technology that's working behind the scenes to keep our digital lives running. It's called AIOps, and it's basically the AI brain for all your favorite apps, websites, and services. But first, let's start with a question that I know we've all screamed at our screens at some point. You're right in the middle of doing something important and, boom, the app freezes up, or the website just goes dark. I mean, with all the amazing tech we have, why does this still happen? Well, the answer has to do with this massive challenge happening just under the surface.
You see, we've kind of hit a breaking point. The old ways of managing all this technology are frankly collapsing under the weight of our modern digital world. The tools we built for a much simpler time, they just can't keep up anymore.
And this really shows you the heart of the problem. On one side, you've got the old school approach, static dashboards and manual alerts made for a world that was pretty predictable. But on the other side, you've got today's reality. Super dynamic cloud systems, complex hybrid infrastructures, all of it creating this overwhelming tidal wave of data. Trying to manage today's tech with yesterday's tools, it's like trying to catch a hurricane in a teacup. It's just not going to work. So if the old way is totally broken, what's the fix? Well, this is where our hero enters the story, AIOps. And this is a completely different approach, built from the ground up to handle all of this modern complexity.
Okay, so where does it all begin? It all starts with big data. AIOps platforms plug into literally everything in an IT environment. Servers, networks, apps, you name it, and they just soak up absolutely massive amounts of data in real time. We're talking every single log, every performance metric, every user click, it all becomes a piece of the puzzle.
But, just collecting a ton of data is only step one. The real magic happens right here, with machine learning. You have these powerful AI algorithms that sift through all that information, and they start to learn what normal looks like. They can spot these tiny, subtle patterns and connections that are completely invisible to a human, which means they can predict problems before they even start.
And here's the final crucial piece. AIOps doesn't just find a problem and send you a frantic email. No, it takes action. Through intelligent automation, it can actually resolve issues all on its own, like restarting a service that failed, moving resources around, or even blocking a security threat. And a lot of the time, a person doesn't even have to lift a finger.
So when you think about those three pillars, big data, machine learning, and automation, the official definition makes perfect sense. AIOps stands for Artificial Intelligence for IT Operations, and it's really the practice of using all those things to go from a state of constantly fixing broken things to proactively preventing them from ever breaking in the first place. I absolutely love this analogy because it makes it so clear. For decades, IT has basically been an emergency room doctor. Something breaks and they rush in to perform surgery. AIOps is a totally different model. It's more like a wellness doctor who's constantly monitoring all your system's data to predict and prevent an illness before you even feel the first symptom. And this shift from being reactive to proactive, it's not just some small tweak. It's a total game changer. So let's break down what the real advantages are when you can see problems before they actually happen. First off, speed. When an issue does pop up, instead of having a team of engineers spend hours or even days digging through logs to find the cause, AIOps can connect all the dots and pinpoint the root cause in seconds. Literally, seconds. That's the difference between a minor hiccup that nobody notices and a major outage that makes the news.
Second, and this is where it gets really powerful, is prediction. By analyzing all these performance trends over time, AIOps can actually predict when a server is about to fail or when a subtle software bug might start causing real trouble for users. This lets teams get in there and fix things before anyone is ever affected.
And what's the result of all this? A massive, and I mean massive, reduction in downtime. Some studies have shown that organizations using AIOps can see up to a 90% drop in critical outages. And that just means more reliable services for all of us. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but what does this stuff actually look like in the real world? Let's dive into a few specific examples to really see AIOps in action.
In the world of cybersecurity, AIOps is like a digital bloodhound on high alert. It's constantly analyzing millions of security logs every second. It figures out a baseline of what's normal, and then, bam, any deviation, any weird activity that could be a threat instantly lights up, getting it in front of the security team way faster than any human could ever hope to. And here's that predictive maintenance we were talking about.
Instead of a server just dying out of the blue and taking a website down with it, the IT team gets an alert just like this. They have a 3-day heads up to go replace that failing part, which means zero disruption for you and me. I mean, that's proactive problem solving at its best, right?
This is a huge one for any company that uses the cloud. AIOps can automatically adjust how much computing power is being used based on real-time demand. So it'll scale things way up during peak traffic to make sure the site doesn't slow down, and then scale it all back down during quiet times to save a ton of money. It's smart and it's incredibly efficient.
But of course, adopting a technology this transformative is never as simple as just flipping a switch. We've got to be realistic and acknowledge that there are some very real challenges on the road to getting this right.
There are really 3 main hurdles to think about. First up, data quality. It is everything. If the AI is learning from bad or incomplete data, it's going to make bad decisions. You know the saying, garbage in, garbage out. Second, you have to figure out how to integrate these modern platforms with older legacy systems, and that can be really complex. And finally, there's the initial investment in the technology and in the skilled people you need to run it. It's definitely a journey, not a sprint, but it's one that really pays off in the long run.
So, what's next? If AIOps is the here and now, let's take a quick peek at the truly exciting autonomous future that it's paving the way for.
The next giant leap forward is going to involve generative AI. Just imagine an AIOps system that doesn't just fix a problem and then log some technical jargon. Instead, it generates a simple, plain language summary of exactly what went wrong, why it happened, and what was done to fix it, making these super complex systems understandable to pretty much everyone.
This timeline really sums up the whole story we've been talking about. We moved from a purely reactive past, where we just manually fix things after they broke. Right now, we're in this amazing proactive present, using AI to predict issues. But the endgame? That's the autonomous future. We're talking about fully self-healing systems that manage, optimize, and repair themselves.
And that leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to think about. As this technology continues to get smarter and more capable, we are heading straight for a world where our digital infrastructure basically takes care of itself. And the question isn't just about the technology anymore, it's about our role alongside it. Are we ready for systems that heal themselves,